Have you ever wondered what that big blue thing is sticking out of the Barcelona skyline? Well, it's called the Torre Glòries, and it might offer some of the best views in the city. But is it worth it on your next trip? Well, in this video, we're gonna head up to the lookout point, giving you 360-degree views all over Barcelona, show you what this tower is, what you can do while you're over there, how to get there, and most importantly, help you decide if it's worth it on your next trip to Barcelona. The Torre Glòries was originally built between 1999 and 2005 by the architect John Neuville. It was built for the municipal water company Aigües de Barcelona, hence its original name, the Torre Agbar. This led to the creation of the tower to represent a geyser. You can see that in the colors most easily at night when it's lit up, starting from the reds at the bottom that turn to blues and eventually gray as the heat of the geyser cools off. People usually ask about its unusual shape, but apart from the nod to the original owning group of the building, the rounded bullet-like shape was also inspired by the towers of the Sagrada Familia designed by Antoni Gaudí and the peaks of the mountain of Montserrat. Now known as the Torre Glòries, the tower stands at 144 meters tall and since 2022 has offered the Mirador Glòries. At 125 meters high with a 360-degree view of the entire city, it offers one of the best lookout points you can find. You can easily get to Torre Glòries using Barcelona's public transportation system. Just hop on the Metro L1, the Red Line, to Glòries station, or catch one of the trams that stop right in the Plaça de las Glòries. Plenty of buses also stop there or in the nearby Poblenou. You'll even find both the Barcelona bus turistic and the hop-on, hop-off sightseeing buses with stops just a short stroll away. You've got two different types of ticket options for Torre Glòries, and both can be booked online. Check the link below for the best deals. The first is the general 360 access, which is 18 euros. It includes entry to the exhibition plus access to the 360-degree lookout. The second is the 360 plus the cloud cities, which is valued at 22 euros. Everything in that general pass is included, plus entry to the cloud cities immersive sculpture up top. If you start with the general 360 pass, you can still upgrade to include the cloud cities once you're at the lookout, but it's going to be an extra 6 euros. Later on, I'll walk you through what the Cloud Cities experience is all about so you can decide whether you want to add it or not. Both tickets come with an audio guide, and I really recommend using it. The live narration is much more detailed and better than the printed descriptions. You'll start things off in the basement with the Mirador exposition. This is a different look at Barcelona, bringing it to life with big data. You're going to see Barcelona as a living organism and really feel its pulse. There's a combination of visual and auditory displays that capture what's going on all around Barcelona while you're inside. And this expo talks about all the different trees and things, which is something that people constantly ask on tours, and I never have an answer for. So it gives you the pictures and the ideas of what you can find when you're here. What I thought was pretty cool was there's a giant screen that projects the noise levels of the city, the pollution levels, sea level, and so much more. There's also a separate video worth checking out that dives into a bunch of different things around the city that I don't usually think about, but I'll leave that for you to see for yourself. But it did leave me with some questions. And that video is pretty cool, but what's not clear is just how different the video is every single time. It seems like it has really updated information about stuff that you would never really think about in Barcelona. I don't know if every single time it plays, every 8 minutes, if it's 100% different or not. And then you take the elevator up to the main attraction. Make sure to look up as you climb over 30 stories high. Wow, I'm not gonna lie, these are some of the best views you can find of Barcelona. And one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that when the entire Eixample, the entire expansion of the city was planned, this was supposed to be the direct center. So all those other viewpoints are gonna get you into the city from different parts, but this is from the center of the city out to everything, and you've got 360 views. Now, this was my first visit to the Mirador, and I have to be honest, I was super impressed. With so many different places in the city to grab some great views, this hasn't always been so high on my list, and I might have been missing out. As I said, in the original plan for the Eixample and the expansion of Barcelona, Ildefonso Cerdà saw the Plaça de las Glòries as the geographical center. Over 160 years after those plans were put into action and the recent construction now being complete, maybe the square is ready to take its claim as the central point of the city from what always seems to be that Plaza de Catalunya. And I think that the best thing that this lookout point offers is the visibility of different parts of the city. If one of Barcelona's big draws is the layout and the architecture, this is the place to take it in as a whole. So I'm thinking about this a lot more, and all the other viewpoints, Montjuïc, Park Güell, Tibidabo, or any of the other buildings that you can get up to, realistically in the center of the city, kind of get you looking into the center. But it always misses out kind of further on. And Barcelona is so much more than just the old city, the Eixample. There's a lot more of that extension going up. And so when you're in the very center, yes, we can get into that old city, but from a different viewpoint, but you can also get all the way out down towards the Forum and everything else that you would miss on a normal visit. And by the way, I asked one of the workers who does guided tours in the building, and he said that all of that information changes daily. So that video every time you come is going to be something different. Now, I did mention there was an immersive sculpture you can get access to and climb up while you're here. And it's been above our heads this entire time. So it's time to go check this thing out and see if you want to include it on your visit. And they got the cloudwork sculpture that allows you to get even higher up. You got to climb around. There's easy, there's hard. We're going to try it out and see how it goes. Definitely made for shorter and more agile people. I think we can do it. There's plenty of space, a lot of platforms. They also said there was the easy way and there was the hard way. Of course, I selected the hard way. So the other one, much easier. Getting a little sweat in as well. Get you a little butt shot here. And they even got pods with little pillows back here where you can rest, and you're gonna need it because it's a little bit more difficult than I thought. Definitely need to be able to move, and it's pretty hot up here. I mean, it's cool, but I don't know if it's necessary. The views are definitely the best part of being up here. So I'd definitely come up here for the views again, but I am not climbing that again. Now, to be fair, I was told that young kids and adults all the way up into their 80s have made it through this thing. So it is doable, but keep your fitness level in mind when you're making that decision. I don't know if I can say enough about how impressed I was with the views from up here. So after climbing down, I had to take advantage and get some final looks out over the city, and also to cool down a bit. All right, I'm ready to claim it. These have to be the best views that you can find in Barcelona. I don't know where else you're gonna get views like that out to the Sagrada Familia. And one of the things that I love the most is you can see where all these big streets come and converge right here. Diagonal, Gran Via, everything right at the same spot. And I should add that we got a perfect day. A little bit of clouds, but you get those views out to the beach. The sun is hitting the water perfectly, and you can just see everything all around. So if you're looking for some of the best views in the city, I would recommend checking out the Mirador Torre Glòries while you're in town. But with so many other things to do in Barcelona, it's not always easy to decide. So check out my Is It Worth It playlist to find out what you should do while you're here in Barcelona.